Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphaneme. So we're going to begin here. We're going to jump right into a little bit of XRP news. We have a little bit of XLM news. I had a question in the comment section yesterday about Algorand, so I'll be addressing that as well. Just giving my thoughts on what's going on. We have some good stuff here. We have a little XDC news. Okay, so there's chapters if you want to jump around. Also, I would greatly appreciate it if you enjoyed this video at any point, only if you enjoy it, click that like button down below. You know I would greatly appreciate that, all right? I ask in all humility. So, also, before we get into this first chapter here, which is about an XRP, there's an artificial intelligence chatbot that they've designed to hate on XRP. You can't make this stuff up at this point. Then you have to think to yourself, why did they do that? That's specifically, it's like they want so badly to convince the people that XRP is bad, that it's telling people that don't even know about XRP, like the people are searching up XRP, asking them questions about crypto, asking them questions about XRP, typing it in. And then the bot is telling them negative information about XRP. Can you even believe that? But anyway, before we get into this article, I want to say that Voltaire, the vulture, one of our champions, one of our legendary champions. We have a lot of legends here. But Voltaire, the vulture, said something good inside the comment section last video. And Voltaire was saying, hey, get your ledgers and such. Like, in other words, hey, get your cold wallets, get your coins off that exchange, prepare yourself, such. I'm of the same mentality. You know that the two cold wallets that I enjoy, Ledgers and Elipal Titans. I love Elipal the most, air gapped, but if you get yourself a Ledger, it's just as good, all right? But protect your value at all times. I can't tell you what to do, but not your keys, not your crypto. Be careful, be very, very careful. All right, so now let's jump into this first article here, and it's titled, this is from U.Today, which, by the way, check them out. They released a ton of XRP articles today. Doing a great job. We're just going to read a little tidbit here. It's titled, Ripple CTO, you know, David Schwartz, responds to XRP hating AI chatbot. Let's read about what's going on here. David Schwartz, Ripple Chief Technology Officer, has responded to some anti-XRP arguments that have been put forward by ChatGPT, a prototype AI chatbot that was recently introduced by San Francisco, California-based research laboratory, OpenAI. Now, why would they design this in that way? We can speculate. We can speculate. Like, who pays some money here? Who pulls some strings to get this going, right? That stops nothing. Let's read this here. It says, echoing Bitcoin maximalists and other XRP critics, the dialogue-based AI chat interface provided detailed responses, is that so, to questions about the cryptocurrency's alleged centralization. Even though Ripple now owns less than 50% of the circulating supply, then everyone behaves as though all the other blockchain companies don't liquidate their protocol holdings in order to fund literally every project they want to do. Come on, man. Anyway, it's called being sufficiently decentralized, and now I think they've done enough, especially now that they own less than 50% of XRP supply. But let's continue on here. So centralization. In particular, the conversation was centered around Ripple's ability to control the XRP ledger. What? When asked how the company can technically push through a change without reaching an 80% consensus, the bot argued that Ripple is capable of enforcing this with a technical feature that is not available to the public. All right. You're saying some hefty stuff here. We'll see how Ripple responds, because David Schwartz is going to speak on this, and he's the brilliant individual who designed all of this. So he's going to put facts out there that are legally binding. He's going to put facts out there and shut this down. That's what I'm assuming. It added that the fact that the XRP ledger is open source doesn't matter. Wow. Look at this is mind blowing. It was a front page article. That's why I'm covering it, or else I wouldn't cover this. I really don't like to see too much of this negativity, but it's good to know what the enemy is trying to convince the people of. Right? His open source doesn't matter since the company might have certain administrative privileges. They're just making a whole lot of assumptions. You know, my father, a very wise, intelligent warrior, once said, if you make assumptions, right, baseless assumptions, you become the first 3 letters of the word assumption. I mean, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Says the company might have, quote, administrative privileges that are not fully disclosed in the public source code. In response, oh, here we go. Schwartz said that the same argument could apply to Bitcoin. I just said the same thing, bro. I just said literally almost, well, not literally, but I said similar to what he's saying right here. The same argument could apply to the Bitcoin blockchain since Ripple might have, quote, some secret way to control it as well. Right. Despite attracting plenty of attention with its answers over the past few days, ChatGPT is far from perfect since many of its answers are flat out wrong. Wait, why was this front page news? Why was this front page news? Like, it says, based on various tests, the chatbot is pretty bad at being logical or factual. I like this writer. Whoever this is at U.Today, Alex Dovnia. Good job, Alex. I agree with you on that. This was written very well. So then we have this article here, and it's titled, Here's How XRP's Value Can Finally Be Realized by Max Avery. It says here, Max Avery, whose personal website states that he is U.S. nationally recognized entrepreneur. Quote, XRP provides mass utility. Now you're speaking my language. Now I don't care who you were. Now I don't care. You're part of the XRP army now. Welcome to the team, sir. All right. Your uniform is that way. Avery tweeted that XRP offers massive utility. That's just a fact. That's fact. That's not something people are just saying. You have hundreds upon hundreds of banks already signed on a dotted line. They have not begun to use the network the way that it's designed to be used. It hasn't gone fully live yet. It's been tested. So, but when it does come on fully live and that XRP is flowing back and forth, high values, high volume, my goodness, you don't even understand what's going to happen. And, you know, I'm not here to make people understand. I'm just here to share my research, and to fuel my thoughts. I'm not here to force people to believe anything. All right. But that's a fact. They're even on the advisory board. I keep saying this. I hope people look it up so you can have the facts and download it, screenshot it, just in case you didn't see my earlier videos when I put the things on the screen for you. OK, but Ripple is also on the International Monetary Fund's advisory board. So, yes, it has massive utilities that even the central banks and governments acknowledge. But let's continue on here. It says offers, quote, massive utility and is a perfect platform for payment facilitation. 100% agree with you. 100%, sir. Yes, we have the liquidity. You should have added that in there as well. But you're doing good so far. We have liquidity, the likes of which you wouldn't believe. We're sitting on a gold mine. Just my humble opinion. It's not financial advice. We're sitting on a gold mine. Stop playing. We know what we have. That's why, my goodness, we know. We know. You know what? When you look up Rocket in the future, they're probably going to have a picture of XRP. They should have a giant picture of all the XRP army on a rocket, a bunch of rockets heading past the moon. But anyway, I'm just sharing a little bit of my excitement. Okay, you know, this is a show. I gotta entertain a little bit. He believes that the value of this token can finally be realized gradually as its adoption grows wider and its usage goes live around the world. Okay, now you sound a lot like Alphanim, sir. Let's be honest, sir. Just you and me here. Just slide in for a minute. Just slide in. Not too close. Hold on. Back up. Not too close. Hey, what are you on, sir? What are you on? Just in a little bit. I'm gonna whisper to you. So these guys can't hear you. I mean, hear me. Sorry. Let's be honest, sir. You're a subscriber to Alphanim, aren't you? He's like, he's watching this video now. What? Where'd he put the cameras? Anyway, I'm having a good time, man. You know, I have to laugh at the end of today. I went to the gym and I worked out way too hard. You ever do that? Oh my, everything hurts. I fell back into this mentality, like I was back in my youth again. I mean, don't get me wrong, I work out. I mean, today I went super hard. So I'm a little hurt up. I'm a little tired. Everything hurts. So I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. It balances out everything, right? Says he believes that the value. Okay, so Avery believes that as opposed to the high level of XRP utility, other crypto projects, many of them, not all, because the bank coins, we're all very similar. We're all going to win. There's enough money to go around. So he's talking about the other crypto. It has nothing to do with the bank coins. Many of them are based only on speculation. True, meme coins, but they're going away, sir. Meme coins are going to go away. Rug pulls are going to go away. You have to be careful still. And some people are still going to take those chances. They just get a rush out of taking chances. It's like gambling on a slot machine. So some people are going to do that. But hopefully we get some fair regulation. You saw Stellar is pressing the Congress. You saw Stellar's pressing Congress. Ooh. So maybe we can get some fair regulation and that kind of stuff will go away. We don't have to worry about them. We don't even need to talk about them at all. So now let's go to this next article here. All right, let's keep it moving. We have a good amount of articles today, but I feel a good flow going. You feel that? Do you feel like we're flowing good today? I feel like we're flowing good today. So we have another article here. Ripple partner Air Wallets joins forces with Agoda global digital travel platform in Singapore. Wait a minute. Now this is where I have to be very serious. Do you see all the activity of Ripple in Southeast Asia? Do you understand what's going on in Southeast Asia? Right? In Asia as a whole, because we have great relationships all over Asia. Okay? But by the way, to all my Thai people out there, Sawadzi, right? Did I say that right? Sawadzi. The Monetary Authority of Singapore. Remember they had that contest. You can look this up. And who ranked high in that contest? As a matter of fact, they tested us multiple times, but it was Stellar XLM, which was in conjunction with, I think, Bit, right? Bit and Stellar teamed up. It was Stellar XLM and Ripple. They ranked high in those contests. Never forget, we are very beloved in those areas over there. Also, we're deep in Japan. Remember, the head of SBI Remit also said, I'm covering the whole area right now, okay? So that's why I'm going to different places, right? But also remember, we're deep in Japan. The head of SBI Remit said they believed that all of the banks in Japan would utilize XRP. Then I had a video in the members only section. I give you this little piece, okay? Because I released it a while ago. But it was said that Japan was going to just give up. They could give up on their CBDCs. Why? I believed firmly, this is why I postulated, that it was because they're going to use XRP. They don't need to work on a CBDC. If they're going to be handed infrastructure by Ripple, can you imagine that type of money flowing through Ripple? Then don't ever forget, who else is deep in Japan? XLM. One of the founders of LightNet, which is built on Stellar, which LightNet merged with who? Everynet merged with who? Velo. Velo is run by who? Mike Kennedy. Mike Kennedy is at the top of what? Both Velo and Intrastellar, the for-profit brand of Intrastellar. The same people who are on the board of directors or the advisory board, whatever you want to call it. It's the same people on most of those. Jed McCaleb and a few other usual suspects. You see where we're going? Anyway, the head of LightNet owns, one of the founders of LightNet, my apologies, owns 7,000 7-Elevens in Japan alone. And they're the founder of LightNet, built on Stellar. So both XLM and XRP are deep in Japan. Just for months, you've been hearing about us being deep, both XLM and XRP, deep in the Southeast Asia region. We've been covering that constantly. So to now once again have another thriving, let's take a look at what this is actually. A thriving project in Singapore is just, it's just getting better and better, in my humble opinion, right? We're dominating in that area of the world right now. It says, according to a recent article by FinTech Financial News, Ripple partner, major global fintech platform Airwallex, which has been a member of RippleNet since 2017, has inked a partnership with another popular platform, Agoda. Unlike Airwallex, it operates in the travel industry and is a major company in this space working in Asia. That's a lot of money. Now, you know what? I usually look at the bank's financials. Should we look at this company's financials and see how much money is moving through there? Let me know in the comment section. Just let me know. You think we should look at their financials, or let's just stick to the banks? We focus on the banks. The banks are the big money. That's really why I love the bank coins. It's for the banks. But they keep saying that this is a major company, so I'll give it some thought. Maybe we might take a look at their financials if they put it out there. Their third quarter. A lot of people are releasing their third quarters right now, so it's very easy to procure that information. Airwallex and Agoda's partnership. The aforementioned partnership will enable business travelers from Hong Kong SMEs to reserve hotels and other accommodations, getting large discounts from Airwallex. Clients of both companies will gain from this partnership, receiving large amounts of cash back, booking airfare, and accommodation in numerous countries around the globe. So this is huge. It says in the last month, travel have become, I think they meant has. Travel has become increasingly popular as certain restrictions, redacted, restrictions have been gradually lifted. Of course. Oh, yes. And oh, man, listen, that whole area is going to do well in development and expanding how much capital they're bringing in. There's a lot of people who are going to be building businesses there. I think a lot of digital nomads and crypto people are going to be living in those areas over there, whether it's somewhere like Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, I'm trying to think of where else, Vietnam, all beautiful places. The people, I love everybody over there. I really do. They've always treated me with love. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm trying not to leave anybody out. Cambodia, Vietnam. There's someone I'm forgetting. Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Thailand, all of those areas, Japan. I think you're going to see a lot of people moving to these areas to open up businesses, just because living is a little bit different from, let's say, like the West, the United States, which is in a lot of areas is getting a little bit crazy, so people are going to look for peaceful places to settle down. I think you're going to see a lot of that, especially with the visa incentives, right? So a lot of visas in other countries, if you want to get like a permanent visa as like a resident of that country now, you can just start a business. I think you're going to see a lot of people just start businesses and live there. And then why wouldn't they, right? There's beautiful land there. Everything is very affordable if you're coming out of US dollar, if the US dollar stays strong, because we have to keep an eye on that. So I think you're going to see a lot of new capital moving through these regions over the next 10 to 15 years. Just my humble opinion. Let's continue here with another article. This one is titled, Ripple Will Win. I agree. As well as crypto industry, David Gokhshtein predicts. Let's scroll down here. Former U.S. congressional candidate and founder of Gokhshtein Media, David Gokhshtein, predicts victory for Ripple as well as the entire crypto industry. This is what he tweeted. Ripple will win. The hashtag crypto industry will win as well. Over the weekend, both Ripple and the SEC filed their redacted replies to their oppositions to summary judgment motions. I can't wait for that. I hope that we do get summary judgment all at once, just like the title of that last video and like the article said. Let's do it all at one time. Let's not, because we don't want the SEC to be able to drag everything out a little longer. No, let's get this all done all at one time. So now let's move on to another article here. A little bit of Stellar news. Move into a little bit of Stellar news. So Stellar retweeted this from Amigro Pay. And it says this: Amigro will be exhibiting at Web Summit Rio 2023. Remember, well, let's continue on. It says, not only will we be attending Web Summit Rio in May, we'll also be exhibiting to 15K plus attendees. I wonder who's going to be attending. I wonder who are the other speakers that are going to be there. We'll take a look-see and look into that. But then it says here, hashtag Stellar, hashtag XLM, hashtag cross-border payments. Then if you look on the Amigro page, Twitter page, it says digital currency payments for the global migration industry. Yes, yes, yes. We want as much value flowing across Stellar and as much volume as possible. Heck, do so much that you congest the entire chain and trigger surge pricing. So this is all good. This is very, very good development. So let's move on here to another piece of Stellar news, okay? So now, you know, Stellar had their contest going on, and it appears that they have chosen their winners. It's important to know who these winners are. They could be huge in the future. It's going to take time for them to grow, but they can bring in a lot of value and a lot of volume if they are successful. So it says here, SCF 11 announcing the winners. All right, so let's scroll down, take a look at these winners of Stellar contest that received this money from XLM, 13 million worth of XLM to be exact. There were 45 judges. I wonder who these judges were. But let's continue here. Let's see who is actually interesting. So Horizon as a service, customized private Horizon server. Okay, like all of this is good. It's all going to bring traffic to the blockchain. But I'm interested in the big money. Which ones can become big money, right? So let's just scroll down here. Flora, a marketplace where users can access apps, integrations. That's okay too. Utilizing smart contracts, Soroban. Stellar Carbon, we know what that's all about. Carbon taxes flowing across Stellar. Fines flowing across Stellar, so that's good as well. You know, a little bit of that governmental traffic, I'm pretty sure. And then on top of that, the lumens that are going to be held for anybody with a wallet that wants to pay fines and such. So then there's that, because that's going to be locked up. And then let's continue on here. Snack users engage in seamless, Snack Stellar NFT access. That's okay. You know, NFTs are going to be huge. If we can get some real estate value, tokenized stocks and stuff like that, flowing across, that type of value flowing across Stellar, then sure, then I'm interested in that as far as NFTs. Fine art NFTs. So we'll see. There's other bank coins that are further along. I'm in deep in all the bank coins, by the way, just so you know. Most people know that here. But when I think NFTs, I think Algorand, Hedera, right? And then maybe behind them, Ripple, right? XRPL. But primarily Algorand, Hedera. They're the best to me when it comes to bank coins and NFTs. So let's continue on here. Elsa Wallet. Now we're getting there. See, you should have put, now we're getting to the money. Elsa Wallet. Banking Filipinos. By the way, kinagagalak kong makilalaka. To all my people out there, speak a little Tagalog, just a little tiny bit. I've forgotten so much. Shame on me. I know I forgot a lot. A wallet for Filipinos to receive, spend, and earn from their remittances, bringing them closer to their overseas loved ones. So this could be very, very good. There could be a lot of value moved through here. Paystream, another one that could be very good. Bring some good value, some good volume. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep an eye on these things. Allow them time to grow. I know they're not going to start and it's not going to take off like a rocket immediately. It says here, a payment streaming platform that enables customers to pay in real time for services. So that could be very good. Brave Pay. New era of payments. There's a lot of payment stuff here. This is very, very good. This is what I want to see. Brave Pay makes cashless payments accessible to on and offline retailers. Very good. That could be good value in the future. That could be good volume in the future. What does it do to that price? Transforming any smartphone and website in a zero fees POS. That sounds funny, actually. When I was younger, You know where I'm going with this, right? When I was younger, POS stood for something else. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna blame it on being a little bit tired. That's just hilarious. Like, wait, this is a POS? What? Why would I want to use this as a POS? But anyway, some people know, you know. Oh man. Let's continue on here. Cash abroad. So cash abroad, they have some good stuff here. Cash abroad helps businesses do abroad payments as easy as with locals, with low cost and instant transactions. Stellar Pulse. Oh, this is like an activity tracker or something like that. Okay, that's okay. Kotani Pay, stable coin payments without the need for an internet connection. We heard about Kotani Pay before. For an internet connection or a bank account. That could be interesting. Let's allow that some more time to grow. Listen, these are long holds. All bank coins, in my opinion. You don't have to agree. I'm a long holder of all bank coins. All right. So I don't expect I hope it happens quickly. I do. But I understand that a lot of times things happen in degrees. And I am a long-term holder of these things. All right. So just want to put that out there for there's a lot of new people here on the channel. They may not know. MythForge, a game utilizing XLM to provide players a way to... Listen, you had me when you said it utilizes XLM. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Can we get some more of that? Can we get some more raw use of XLM? Let's do that, people. Come on. I want XLM used in every possible way. Every possible way. So you already had me. I like that. That's good. Thank you. So I'm hoping they do well, and maybe we get a few more things like that. Let's continue on here. Wirecash. Wirecash offers, and they put $100,000 into this. So they knew it could be significant. Wirecash offers virtual currency payments to suit all your needs, whether you're a small or large company or an individual. This could be very, very good. Let's continue on down here. I'm looking for stuff that's related to money primarily. Mpouch. Sounds a little close to MTech. Mpouch. Offering a mobile wallet to the unbanked. Why would you? Hey, you're real sneaky, Stellar. You're real sneaky, Stellar. I think look, the rest of the team here, that's why I call them. I'm not calling everybody subscribers. The rest of the team here, I think they thought I was kidding when I said sneaky, Stellar. You're sneaky. This could be this could grow into one of the biggest projects. I'm going to tell you why. Listen to this. Offering a mobile wallet to the unbanked in the MENA region. Listen, you can use these things. You can build on these and make it and utilize them for whatever you want. The MENA region? We've been covering the MENA region. You know what kind of money and values in the MENA region? I know they're saying unbanked, but this could, listen, Mpouch is not going to just rely on that alone. They're going to expand. They're going to grow. They're going to build other offerings. And if they're operating in the MENA region, that's huge. We're talking trillions in the MENA region. Anybody who's trying to build there, I mean, if you're successful, you're going to be wildly successful, in my humble opinion. We're talking about moving value, and we know from Stellar outright having dealings in the MENA region, and then we know Hedera had a meeting in the United Arab Emirates with a lot of the top people there. They took a whole picture with all of them. That's two. And Ripple has gotten deep in the MENA region. Atajari Wafa, Morocco, Atajari Wafa, all the other offerings they have there. QNB Bank. So we know there's trillions on the table there. You think you're slick? You think you're trying to be sneaky? Well, you can't get past me, Stella. I'm telling you now, you can't sneak it past me. I caught you. I caught you again. Just come out and tell us. I'm being serious. Just come out and tell us. Listen, there's no way they put this at number 20. They buried it at the bottom, but they still had to put it because they want that. They want to move that money. They want to win just like everybody else. It says offering a mobile wallet to the unbanked in the MENA region by connecting them with family members abroad. It's not going to stay like this. There's no way they're just going to settle on this. No way. They're going to grow. If this becomes successful, it's going to grow. It should grow. Now, I could be completely wrong, but if it does grow, something like this could be huge. Anything in the MENA region, if you're trying to build there, I'm telling you now, it's my humble opinion. You have to look at it as possibly significant. Do your own research. Don't just listen to me. Question everything everybody else says. Question what I say. Look it up for yourself. To know for yourself is better. So, and then they have number 21 here. I don't think that's too significant. Not as a bank coin enthusiast. So now that is all very good. Let's move to another article here. So then we have an article here. So on cryptodaily.co.uk, they've been doing a great job. Check them out. Support these writers who are doing a great job. I'm really just reading little tidbits and just taking the headlines and giving you my thoughts. But these articles are extensive. Give them a read if you have some downtime. XDC liquidity mining campaign led by Hummingbot is a best move for bringing larger community to provide liquidity. XDC is winning in so many ways. A lot of people don't talk about XDC. And they operate very quietly until they have something significant to announce. I like that as well. Cello is very similar. But the thing is, Cello's price moves so easily. You saw it move a little bit recently, didn't you? Yes, you did. It moves so easily. You know, and let me say this also about Cello. Sorry about that. And I'll get back to the XDC article. But Cello is strange. In a bull run, Cello, it moves like how Quant moves. It might be $2. I remember one day Cello was $2 this day. Woke up the next day. It seemed like this. This is why I remember. You could check the charts yourself. It went all the way up to like $6, right? Yeah, a little bit of dip. People liquidated, took a little profit. Then it shot up to $8 like that. And this happened multiple times. People made a lot of money off Cello. So in a bull market, Cello moves like wildfire. Easily off of retail. So in the next bull market, who knows what's going to happen? I could be wrong, but I expected to move like that again. I do. I don't see why it wouldn't. And they've built more. They're in bed with the World Economic Forum now. Like, we'll see. Watch out. So, but XDC have been making major moves. They're in deep with governments. They're in deep with banks. You saw that post that they made, what was it, about maybe 2 weeks ago, where they said they were going after the banks. Now we see this here about liquidity. The trade finance juggernauts are expanding. It says here, Hummingbot, a California-based open source DeFi market making software platform, DeFi market making software platform, launched a 12-week liquidity mining campaign for XDC on prominent crypto exchanges, Gate.io and KuCoin. This XDC-based campaign started around 12 UTC on Tuesday. Significantly, this is a crucial move on behalf of the XDC network to unify large communities to provide liquidity. Let's scroll down here. Just read this little tidbit. The Hummingbot XDC liquidity mining campaign includes a total reward pool of 36,000 USD. As stated by Hummingbot, through this campaign, 30,941 XDC is available as rewards to users every week on a token pair. An extra bounty of 5,000 Hummingbot tokens is rewarded as additional rewards. Listen, I'm just happy that there's even more activity happening on XDC, even though Zenfin has been doing an amazing job. I mean, sensational. And just in my humble opinion. So, I mean, XDC is one of those projects. They have such brilliant minds behind them, and they're blazing a trail in a lot of areas that have not been dominating trade finance, that have not been dominated. Don't get me wrong. Ripple has been in trade finance for some while, but you know that they're just concentrated mainly on the banks. XDC has a bright future. It's one of the few bank coins where I feel like it's a guarantee that it's going to explode. Who knows how high? I'm not putting a number on it. I don't know how many XDC people have out there. I'm not here to tell you to buy or sell. None of that, all right? Simply sharing my opinion, not financial advice, all right? So this is very, very good for XDC. It says every trader adopts a liquidity mining strategy to leverage their positions. The DeFi liquidity providers with better annual percentage yield are the most preferred ones. So now let's move on to another article here. So now I want to get to this Algorand information because I've given a lot of thought to it. One of our team members here leave a comment in the comment section, and they were asking about Algorand and his FIFA partnership, like what's going on with the FIFA partnership and such. The FIFA partnership is still there. It's been altered a little bit, but I'll give you as much. I'm going to give you as much as I know. So, Algorand is involved with FIFA on the technical side, as well as they were involved on the sponsorship side, right? So you're going to sponsor them, and then you get the Algorand name everywhere. So they pulled back from the sponsorship aspect of it, and mainly because now this is my opinion, but I believe they did that because they understand that right now it's better to shear up everything on the technical side, make it even more streamlined, easier to use, so that when people do have money to spend on NFTs, on collectibles, which right now is questionable. The world is in a global recession, possibly heading into a global depression. Everyone's hurting right now. I'll go into that a little bit deeper. So people are not spending money like they used to. They're not on any things like NFTs. Even with the explosion in the, at least in the United States, the explosion in capital that was spent, let's say like on Black Friday or such like that. It wasn't just things that were just superficial nonsense that people were buying. People were going out and they were buying things that they really needed, but they caught it on sale. They waited patiently, caught it on sale. So people are not just buying things like that are going to be useless to them, is what I'm saying right now. It seems that a lot of individuals are in survival mode, so they're not spending money like they used to. So because of harsh economic circumstances, and also at the same time when World Cup was starting out, you have all this FTX stuff come down on crypto and just crush and just wreck the entirety of the industry. So you have all of these bad things going on at the same time. It's going to make people pull back and say, wait a minute, I need to protect my value. So you have that going on, possible global recession going on. You have the FTX situation happen. Then you have also, you have to take all of this into account. Then you have also I covered this a few weeks back. Wage growth has stopped, at least in the United States. I'm assuming it's the same everywhere. They might not even have. So what they were doing, they were raising up individuals' pay rates for a while in certain areas to sort of help with the prices rising because of inflation. That has stopped. Inflation had continued to go up. That has stopped a while ago, but we covered that in the article when that occurred. So wage growth has stopped. So now people have even less money, and they're still dealing with inflation, right? So you have that. So wage growth, there was something else. Oh, then you have mass layoffs. So then also at the same time, we've been covering since the summer. At the tail end of the summer, at least here in the United States, we started to cover a lot of mass layoffs happening. And this is what I use to prove to people that we're in deceleration, right? We've been in a recession. We're in deceleration, right? Because that's when you get mass layoffs. It continued and it got even worse around the time, throughout this entirety of the time World Cup's been going on or was going on when it began. This entire time, there's been nothing but announcements of people losing their jobs en masse. Facebook's laying off a massive amount of people. Some of the banks are laying off some people. You had even Jeff Bezos of Amazon come out and say, hey, maybe people shouldn't buy those big TVs. This is a guy who sells TVs. Even he's concerned, right? You've had tons of mass layoffs. And so people are they're playing it safe. They have to keep some money on the side just in case. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going to happen. Do I have a job? So there's not a lot of capital that I think right now that people are going to be willing to use on NFTs to make them explode now. But the positive thing about it is this. So let me go back. Sorry about that. I'm throwing out a lot because I'm going off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember everything. Okay. And you can look all of this stuff up for yourself. It's all factual information, but you can look it up and verify it for yourself. I encourage it. So the price of Algorand's not going to just shoot up or explode because of any wild purchases, a high volume of purchases of NFTs right now, because I don't think that there's going to be that many people doing that. Sure, they're going to come out and enjoy FIFA, but that may be the extent of how far they are willing to push their money. Let's go have a good time and let's go home and appreciate life. Not let's go to FIFA and then let's buy some collectibles, or let's watch FIFA on TV and let's buy some collectibles. No, they're going to be worried about let's buy some bread to put on the table, some food in a refrigerator. Hey, I have to pay my child's college bill. So I understand that. I understand that. So I personally, that's what I think is going on with that. You see it in a lot of different offerings. And keep in mind, this was a new offering, so they haven't had the chance to really spread the information around fully and have everybody absorb it, sort of like how Chiliz is well absorbed at this point. And even they're down like what, 30% today, something like that. Like they're down like 30%. So, but the Algorand offering hasn't had a chance to be absorbed by the people just yet. But, you know, in the future, when there's a bull run and people do have extra capital to move around and spend on things like NFT. So you get an NFT, for instance, so you get an NFT of your favorite player. Yeah, like people may spend it at that time in a bull run or when the economy is doing better. And I believe that the economy will become better. Hopefully it does soon. Hopefully. And I believe another bull run will come. And I hope it comes soon. And then people will be spending. That's when you might see the price move. That's when you might see it. But this is going to take time. I'm always one to adjust my thinking based on the facts that are at hand now. So if something were to occur, then I would have to adjust my thinking again, because that would change the facts. So when that deal was announced in May, that's when they announced the first iterations of the deal. Then you had like right before, then they announced that they were going to actually be using Algorand as the NFT wallet and infrastructure for putting out their NFTs. Would that happen in like maybe September? They did that. So it was two different times. They made two different announcements. But when they first made the announcements of an Algorand partnership, that was in May. There hadn't been mass layoffs just yet. Inflation was bad, but they didn't know it was stagflation at the time, even though I was telling everybody it was going to be stagflation. But they didn't realize it was going to be stagflation. At that time, they were raising wages up. That also was taken into account. They were trying to raise certain people's wages up to sort of help with inflation. So that was happening. So everything completely changed over the last 2-3 months. So that's going to have an effect on the ability of that price to rise and the ability of the people to want to purchase NFTs and such at this time. And especially when you're talking NFTs, keep in mind, a lot of people still associate NFTs with crypto. You have all this bad stuff going on with crypto, even though it's not happening with the bank coins, but the regular people don't know that. They don't know that. They assume all crypto is the same. They think all crypto is Bitcoin because of the mainstream media. So that also is going to make a lot of people back off. So, you know, that's my opinion on what's happening. Then you have articles like this here that says crypto winter cast chill over FIFA's deal with Algorand. That's just a piece of what's going on. Crypto winter is just a piece of what's going on. So then you have that also. Okay, so there was an article the other day I didn't cover. I left maybe like 7 articles out, even though that was a long video. I chopped a lot. If you look at the video, there's cuts and I chop a lot of video stuff out. Some stuff is too controversial, and then some stuff I just don't. I don't want to make the video too long. I'll take out something I think is insignificant, but now it's very significant. There was an article that I left out that was talking about a bunch of crypto millionaires. They're just disappearing. They're broke. They're leaving. They're not spending money anymore. Right? This has happened. This was reported in Miami. Okay. There was a place that was interviewed and they were keeping up with all the different crypto millionaires that were coming in. So you can look up that article as well. You just type in something like crypto millionaires going broke Miami and that article will probably pop up. Okay. All right. So a lot of those individuals who might have wanted to buy NFTs and flip it, they're gone. They're done. They're done. Right? So there's a lot to take into account when you're thinking about this whole FIFA situation. But like I said, in the future, FIFA's still going to be around, thriving. Algorand still is their NFT wallet and infrastructure. It's just a matter of time, and just hope that things go well and that the people are willing to purchase these collectibles. And then it's just a matter of advertisement in the future. And hopefully the economies are doing better. That's another thing. So it's a very complicated situation when you're thinking about these bank coins. because it is going to take a good amount of value and a good volume to move that price. These are bank coins. They're not meme coins. They're not pump and dumps. They're not rug pulls. So their price is not going to move like that. It's not going to move like that. So it's going to take the actual utility of them to kick in for that price to move. So economy's doing better. All those other things fall into place. Things get a little bit better. People willing to spend money. And then maybe we might see a little bit activity because of something like FIFA. As of right now, no, I'm not surprised at what has transpired, or what has not transpired, rather. I'm not surprised by it at all. It seems very logical. I also understand Algorand. Let me say this also. I also understand Algorand pulling out of the sponsorship aspect, because right now, like I said, if people do not have money to buy, then your advertisements, it's pointless to have Algorand everywhere if people are not even going to look into it, because they don't even have money to use on something anyway, right? So let's pull back on the advertisement money. Now that's money to play with. Now we can use that to make the applications or dApps even better, to make our NFT offerings even better, which is what a lot of entities on Algorand are doing right now. They're making NFTs even easier to buy, NFT interfaces even easier to use, and that's going to be great when we get back to a well-functioning global economy, if we can, and a bull run. Then people will just be buying things very easily, and then maybe we can see a little bit of that price move. So, I mean, I think I said everything that I had in my mind. I appreciate you asking the question. I greatly do. Thank you for being here and asking that question. So that's that's all my thoughts. I am a super long holder of Algorand. I believe in it 100%. I haven't sold a single algo. That's not going to happen. So I'm in this for the long haul, and I will see that day when the NFTs are going up, but that's not really what excites me. It's good, but I'm here for the banks. In the end, I'm here for the banks. But yes, that's my thoughts on that. To Freeport restart delay as demand outlook dims. U.S. natural gas futures extended a sell-off and fell more than 10% on Monday, as forecasts for milder weather cast a shadow on demand outlook. Hurt by the delayed restart of the Freeport liquefied natural gas export plant, front-month gas futures for January delivery shed 70.4 cents, or 11.2%, to settle at $5.57 per million British thermal units, having touched its lowest level since the end of October at $5.55. Quote, the big factor putting downward pressure on prices today is the weather revisions, with warmer weather in the near future. Less gas will be consumed in the residential and commercial sector. Makes sense. Our demand models show sharply lower demand for gas over the near term. All right, so now we're going to move on to this next article here. And it is titled, Shares and bond prices fall as U.S. data sparks rate hike concerns. I told you things might change. Everybody was screaming dovish. Fed's going to be dovish. I read an article that said the Fed was going to be dovish. That entire article I was saying, we'll see if that changes. The entire article I covered, I was saying the Fed flip-flops a lot, and it doesn't make sense to take your foot off the pedal now when you haven't brought inflation down significantly. Just because it's plateaued doesn't mean it came down. It hasn't come down. You have to bring it down. Your objective was not to make it plateau and just stop. Your objective was to bring it down so people live normal again and thrive again. You gotta put your foot back on the gas. Let's read this little tidbit here. It says global stocks and treasury prices fell on Monday as new evidence of a strong U.S. economy. I told you, if they see that the economy is strong, people are spending money, which you have to look at the data of what they were buying. That's what's key. That's what's key. But it doesn't matter. The Fed is going to use the information anyway outright. So they're going to say, well, on Black Friday, look at this. People spend a lot of money. Look at this jobs report. Not asking what those jobs are. Not asking what the people actually purchased. It wasn't superficial, and the jobs are terrible. Anyway, And it's very tricky with the jobs data because let's say there's a warehouse company or something like that. They were hiring 5 this month, but they really could have hired 15. So now the next month they just decide to just hire 15, just willy nilly. Now that's added to the jobs report. Like it's very, very, I didn't explain that very well, but it's very tricky. But anyway, they're going to use it no matter what to say, hey, now we can raise interest rates even more. Let's read this little tidbit here. It says, as new evidence of a strong U.S. economy raised fears that interest rates will stay higher for longer, eclipsing China's easing of pandemic restrictions, which everybody got a little pop out of that, right? U.S. services industry activity unexpectedly picked up in November with employment rebounding. What did I just say? I told you. That's questionable. There's mass layoffs going everywhere. Layoffs going on everywhere. And the latest sign of underlying economic momentum, right. That likely will keep the Federal Reserve on edge to tighten policy as it fights inflation. Amazon's about to let go 10,000 people. I don't know if they did already. They're about to let go of 10,000 people. Another mass layoff is about to happen. They're not talking about that. They're not taking these things into account. The Institute for Supply Management said its non-manufacturing PMI increased to 56.5 last month from 54.4 in October, which was the lowest reading since May 2020. It's all about the Fed, quote, it's all about the Fed. The Fed doesn't want the economy to fall apart, but they want the economy to slow to help counter inflation, said Tim Grisky, chief investment strategist at Inverness Council in New York. So there you have it. They may become hawkish. We will see. We'll keep an eye on this, as we always do. Okay, so I have 6 more articles, but we're going to end off here. All right, I don't want to keep everyone too long. So we're going to end off with what? We're going to end off with gold, because gold makes me happy. It makes you happy too. You got to admit it. Come on, join me on the gold boat. This article is titled, Gold Slides with Higher Yields as Traders Eye Fed Policy. Let's scroll down here, and this is on Yahoo Finance. Gold fell the most since October. Yesterday was the last 2 days. Gold was at its highest. Now it fell the most since October. This is how volatile everything is. Even gold right now is unbelievable. That's why I say look at the charts. Make sure if you're going to get into gold. No, it's not a financial advice. All right, do what you want. But if you're going to get into something, look at the charts. Get in at a low. Do not buy at a high, so you're losing money. We don't want to lose money. We want to make money. All right. And I don't know about you. I don't like taking any losses at all. None. It says gold fell the most since October as Treasury yields and the dollar rose, with traders assessing fresh U.S. economic data for cues on the Federal Reserve's rate policy, along with China's relaxation of its COVID-0 policies. Oh, man, I shouldn't have said that. Hopefully they don't punish me for that on this channel. Oh my goodness. YouTube, bro. Stop. Stronger than expected U.S. services data from November boosted chances that the Fed will keep interest rates higher for longer, which hurts bullion since it pays no interest. Treasury yields and the dollar extended gains after the Institute for Supply Management data was released on Monday, sending bullion down as much as 1.6%. The precious metal had been hurt by the U.S. central bank's aggressive rate hikes this year, although it rose above the key $1,800 level last week, amid signs the Fed might be less hawkish. That's what I was saying before. So last week they were dovish. Now they might be hawkish, right? Quote, we see signs of buying exhaustion in gold, said Danielle Ghali, not from the central banks. I just reported on the central bank that bought 20 tons of gold. 20 tons. So which aspect are you talking about? Are you talking about just retail? Are you talking about gold purchases overall? So that's a questionable statement in my humble opinion. It said, quote, end quote, said Daniel Ghali, senior commodity strategist at TD Securities. Yes, that quote is questionable. Sir, are you really staying up on news? Are you really keeping up and doing your research? Like I said, maybe you're just talking about retail. So it could be, you could be right if you're just saying that, but you said gold outright. You said exhaustion in gold. You didn't specify which aspect you're talking about. Anyway, a quote, notable consolidation in prices will be needed, unquote. Before commodity trading trend followers sparked renewed outflows, he said, spot gold fell 1.7% to $1,766.73 an ounce as of 2:25 p.m. in New York. Bullion for December delivery dropped 1.6% to settle at $1,781.30 on the COMEX. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index strengthened 0.7% after earlier falling as much as 0.4%, while 10-year Treasury yields rose. Silver, platinum, and palladium dropped. I'm never worried about these things at all. Like, I'll buy more. Simple as that. Like, I'll buy more. They go down. This is safe. This is safe now. Boom, get in because they're going to go up. I can't speak on platinum and palladium, but I can say, in my humble opinion, just knowing certain information, gold and silver are going to go up. Silver, you keep your eye on silver. Keep your eye on the catalyst for silver. Going into the future. Keep your eye on the catalyst for silver. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.